this morning? It's Wangervat with fishheadvideos.com. We're back in the basement doing some flies. One of the things I'd like you to do, if you could hit that subscribe button, it helps us to continue to do more videos. So with that, let's take a look at the fly we're going to do today. The name of this fly, and this fly actually came out of a fly shop in the upper Madison River. And they call it the Mega Prince. It's not, to me, a great name, but we'll run with it. So with that, let's take a look at the fly we're doing today. And I've used variations of this. You know, by no means is this, you could do other colors here as well. It's a very effective fly. I generally think that they take it a lot as a stonefly. In a lake, it could be a leech. Again, it's a kind of a multi-purpose kind of a fly, and I think that is why it's a successful fly. So with that, let's take a look at the materials we're going to use today. So to begin with, and again, this stuff is from Fly Tyers Dungeon. This is a leech dubbing, Castle Black, so it has hints of green, blue, red, very nice material, as you'll see. This stuff is called peacock dubbing, and this is in a red. Again, that's a very nice product. The bead is a 7/32 gold bead. I've tied this with silver beads, as you can see with some of these, and that's fine too. The hackle, now interesting on this, these feathers are off of a rooster pheasant, and they're right under the tail, kind of basically right by the dude's anus. But these are great feathers. Whoa, believe me. So we got black marabou. That's what's going to be the tail. This is just some red flecks that you'll see before I use that. Black flecks. This is kind of the similarity to I guess a prince nymph. These are just goose biots, and with that, oh, did I tell you the hook? The hook is a size 8. You can do this in a 6 too. Mega meaning large, would be larger fly. So I tie this in 8s and 6s. So with that, let's get this thing going. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put that bead on there. And again, that hook is a 2x long, perfect bend. Okay. Oh, we don't have any thread. That's going to be a problem. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to slide that bead back, and we're just going to put a little thread base right up at the front. Okay. Then we're going to take some of this flex. This is silly floss, flex floss. They call it different things. Different companies make it. And what I do, you can tie 2. That's not the way to go. I just fold one in half, set it there with my right hand, and then just couple loops over with the bobbin. Just kind of hold it in place. And the beauty of this, once you get it in there like it, you can slide it and adjust it, and we'll do that. Okay, just like that. Let's get rid of that little tag. Just like that. And then we're just going to slide that up there, just like that. What I like to do here, though, is I add a little bit of this red peacock dubbing, and this is great stuff. It's got a lot of colors in it. It's got greens and blues, and again, these are really good products. And if you're not buying from this Fly Tyers Dungeon, you're crazy. Very good products and extremely cheap. And I'm into both of those. Just going to do a couple half hitches right there. Just like that. Get rid of that tag. Slide that bead up. Okay, now we're going to restart that thread. Just like that. Get rid of that tag. Okay, now we're going to take a couple of these, and if you notice these, they're black on one end and red on the other. I don't really want the black so much. I'm more interested in the red on this fly. So we're just going to tie these in right at the bend of the hook. So we're still on the level part of the hook. Just going to put them on the side. And I was recently using actually this particular color and everything on a river up in Canada called the Elk River, Fernie, British Columbia. If you've never been there, it's worth the trip. Just the town of Fernie. The scenery is absolutely out of this world. Very nice river. I did really well. Okay, we're going to bring that back up there. Now, I'm going to incorporate this marabou. That's way too much. Remember, less is better. So notice I'm just pulling that off the stem, just like that. Yeah, that's a little more. Okay, that's got it. Let's measure that, see where we're at. That looks pretty good. Okay, we're going to cut that just like that. Now I'm going to set that right up on top, right behind the bead. I'm going to keep that right up on top of the hook shank. Hold it straight. I got a couple of tags there from that flex floss, but that's okay. And we can adjust these any way we want them. That's no good. I'm getting rid of this stuff. Okay. So now I'm going to tie in some copper wire for the rib. Okay, now I'm going to take this, and I've shown you this product here in other videos, and I can't say enough good about this stuff. It's pretty spectacular. It just has so much color in it, and although it's black, it's got red and green and blue, and good product. Okay, a little moisture. Now this fly is going to have a little larger profile. The body's a little bit bigger. It's not a real slender kind of a body. If you think about big stonefly nymphs and stuff, they don't have delicate small bodies. They're a bigger bug. My son was actually in the salmon fly hatch. He was dropping this off of Improved Charlie Special and doing really well in the Gallatin on this too. Okay, so we're just going to bring that right up behind there. A few of those. Okay, now we're just going to wind this around there. Nice parallel wraps. Probably get about 5. Off. And again, notice I'm using the backs of my scissors. This wire is a little heavier. The whirlybird method is not as good. So I'm just going to fold down that little tag. rough that up a little bit. When you get those fibers out like that, it gives a nymph kind of lifelike appearances as it's in the water. It's a great way to go. Okay, so now I'm going to take a couple of these, and this is the flex floss, and I'm going to tie those right across the top of the bead. So I'm going to just hold it down with my thumb, bring the thread over the top, and keep in mind I can move these. They're simple to move anytime, and that's kind of one of the beauties of the things. Okay, so I'm just going to set that in there just like that. Get rid of this little tag. Hold that up, get those even. And I don't want them right on the side. I kind of want them on the side and up just a little bit. Okay. So now I'm going to take a couple of these goose buyouts. And actually these are not goose. I called them goose, but I like turkey over goose because it's a little bit bigger quill. And almost all of the turkeys that are commercially raised for Thanksgiving or whatever are now white turkeys. It's kind of interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to set that right on the top, just like that. Tied in at the same place where you tied in those legs. Like that. And some people tie these in at the same time. I don't know, I've never had great luck doing that, but if so inclined, do so. Okay. And again, they're just going to sit right up over the top. So notice how they sit there really nice, just like that. Okay. Now, this is the what I think is just one of the big attractors about this fly. The commercial fly that they tie in the Madison, they don't use this. I'm not sure what they're using. Maybe it kind of looks like it could be hen hackle, but I've got so many pheasants. I probably have, I keep older pheasants that are mature with good feather color. And I just discovered these one day and I thought, wow, those are awesome. Okay, so there's no shiny side to it, but there is a kind of a convex, so I want that fly on that side. One side is a tiny bit darker, so I'm just going to set that right in there. Just like that. Get in there nice and tight. Okay, hackle pliers is maybe be a good thing. Okay. So I'm just going to grab that right by the tip. You could probably just use your fingers on this fly too. And these hackle pliers I don't like. Apologize for that. Okay, so I'm going to go in there, I'm going to try and catch that vein. I'm just going to wrap this just like that. Probably just one wrap is oodles and gobs. Okay, I'm going to just coax that back a little bit with my fingers, so I'm just pulling that back. So I'll bring the thread back just a little bit so I pull it back. Just like that. And the last and final thing is I just use a little of that red dubbing right at the tie-off point. And that's a kind of a characteristic of all of my flies. I'm not into thread at the bead. I'd rather have some kind of a dubbing, whether it's a hot spot or whatever. Just seems like it looks a lot better to me. But okay, I'm going to pull that back. So Notice I'm getting all those feathers out of my way. Tie that in right there. Finish. Head cement. And there it is. I mean, it's a buggy fly. It'll definitely catch fish, no question about it. I would encourage you to use this fly. It's not bad to tie. It's a little harder than some, but there's nothing there that's very challenging. But I thank you for viewing. Again, I'd ask you to hit that subscribe button, and I'd ask you to go out there and give them hell. Thank you very much.